How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. I have had to do another recording. I hope that it serves the purpose because I'm receiving some few queries here and there, uh, mostly because people are not reading notices, but also possibly because they've read it, but perhaps it's not clear, and I'm forced to have to speak and then point up stuff again to help those few of you, maybe many, I don't think so, who may still need that clarification. So first and foremost, you want to be minded to understand whether main campus, city campus, or DE, and I'll come to DE shortly, but main campus and city campus especially. City campus, there hasn't been any release of any results for you for the final exam, yet. We haven't done that. So be at peace because I want to take feedbacks from you and I want to help correct your problems, your issues that you may have. So we are doing the mop-ups in batches. The release of final results, we are doing so in batches. So we can take your queries and work on them. So I have not released results for critical thinking. This is 2022, second semester, end of second semester, regular students, not the supplementary students. The supplementary students are not many. Mostly they need their results to graduate. So their results are released early, even though they wrote it after yours. But the regular students for the semester are oftentimes, and also in this semester, you are many. And you want to make sure you're working in a way that takes care of everyone's concerns. So main campus, your final results were released after grading. Some of you wanted to check if I don't think I got this. I don't think I got this mark. I think I got the other one. So you come and you bring those queries, and then we'll pull all your results for you to see. Your submission and then the mark that you earn, and then people go home mostly even overly satisfied that, well, the people could have treated me worse, okay, and stuff like that. So I'm saying that for main campus, you've gone through that, and that season is past. What is next? Like the announcement clearly told the class, we will pull all your submissions. When I say your submissions, it's 30% interim assessment, 50% final exam, and then 20% assignments, the ones that you did, assignment 1, and then assignment 2 at forum. It is those 20% that we had to open again for those who wanted to take the mop-up. I say wanted to now because that is clearer to most of you. For you to do to take a mop-up in case you missed it, or we gave that opportunity to those who had taken it, but because either they plagiarized or they didn't submit it at the right place. I said all this in previous videos. They put it at, say, Dropbox or chat room, stuff like that. So then they get the opportunity at taking what? Their own assignment. So what does that mean? That means the real mark that differentiates you from the other person is your interim assessment mark that you earned. And then that is over 30. And then your final exam mark that you earned over 50. So let's say you got 25%, or you got 20, I said 25, 25 over 50, in your final exam. And then for the IE, say you got 15 over 30. It means 15 plus 25 gives you 40 over 80. That is what you would have earned over 80. Why? Because 50 plus 30 is 80. And then we just give an instance. I suppose you got 25 over 50, which is half of the mark. And then for the IE, you got 15 over 30. That's still half of the IE mark. Then you would be earning what? 40 over 80, half. You see that? Now, if you do the 40 over 80, then you still need to add your continuous assessment, or better still, your assignment marks if you did them. Now, we have started entries, and I'm sure folks have seen it, and you can tell that, I was expecting 12, for example, just an example. But the result that came showed 22 or 32 or something like that. In other words, there's an addition of a kind sometimes. Everyone will have that. And we said that over and over again because of the numbers. We are dealing with the variations in disciplines, okay? And so the demands that your discipline makes, some of you do deductive disciplines, some do inductive disciplines, etc., etc. And so your approach is different. And then the fact that we're dealing with a pool of questions, and so it is possible that you will, out of ill luck, I should say, get questions that you were not too familiar with. There's a certain degree of probability and chance, randomized though, but which sometimes may be abridged. You can help make it look better by doing what? By moderating the results. So you would see that your raw mark on Sakai may not, and in most cases, at least for this semester, I can speak confidently on that. It's not what you are seeing on the MIS. Most cases, it has gone up. Now, if you come and tell me, for example, that please, I want to get an F, so that next semester I write it again, you don't choose that because you are not the one grading yourself. Okay, it's a grading skill, an examining team. So far as the team assesses the way the student performed, and then the that is why there's an examiner for a course. It is not a student that examines themselves. So someone says, I want to, doc, this one there, I would have loved to write it again. Well, you would have loved today, you should have done better in it. You don't want to go and get 48, and then if it is moderated and it becomes 50, which is a pass, a D, a very weak pass. And you say, doc, please, I got 48, so I want you to keep it at 48, so I'll get an F and get the opportunity to reset. You don't choose that. The examining team does that. Now people want to get an F, not many. I've seen one or two such. So please, you keep it at F because I didn't take a lot of that. The I wasn't good. The exam wasn't good. So I want to get an F so that I redo it. Dear friends, you don't choose that. The incentive for you to pass the course at first instance is high because we are dealing with a university-wide course. We don't want 500 students getting 43, 47, 49, and then saying that keep me at 49, 43, 47, so that I'll get a field grade and then redo it next semester. For that pile to come and join the coming pile? No, if you want to do it and do well in it, then when you are given the chance now to do it, then you do well in it. That's the point I'm making. This is for someone who has managed from his 47, for example, has gotten himself, because of the moderation, the upward moderation has shifted up to a D, which gives him a pass, a weak pass. And he says, well, you have passed me, but I don't like the 49. I don't like the 50. Please keep it at 49 so that I raise it. You want that choice? Now, when you get your second opportunity, you are going to do your best to pass it. Then why didn't you do it now? Because we don't want to give you that kind of opportunity for you to play around at first attempt and get an F. And then the second attempt, you decide at this time, I'll do better. I'm saying play around. For some, it wasn't a matter of playing around, but we don't want to encourage that. Okay, so that is the first point. And then for those who would come back and doc, please, can you add this so that I to turn this? I kept telling students, if you do that, I will send you to the disciplinary committee of the university. Let us work dispassionately because that is what we do. We try to make students' life better. Okay, but if you keep calling and telling us those things, then it is suggestive of the fact that you are the one influencing what is happening, and that is not acceptable at all. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So you don't want to interfere in how you are being examined. Insofar as it is a fair system running through for everyone, you be at peace and allow us to do what all the exigencies of the assessment makes possible for us to do. Okay, so we don't want an unnecessary backlog, and at the same time, we don't also want it's an assessment. Let us focus on that. And so for now, even though we are in an industrial action now, I just want to bring that clarity to the class. The uploads are being done. You will see that most of you, I think by now for main campus, would have seen your result on the MIS, but we still have a substantive number that is yet to go. You are over 6,000 for main campus alone, and we take our time to do these things. So those who have seen your marks, either you have gone home overly smiling because maybe you were expecting, say, a B plus, an example, or 75 or something, and then you go and it's an A because maybe the 75 plus the moderated mark, or maybe 4 or 3 or 1, depending on which range, etc., per the assessment of the examining team, shifted you up. It will definitely be an upward shift. You don't moderate downward. So you go home smiling. Others too are on their way coming. We'll keep updating. So those who have asked, please add the results to all the results released from main campus. You shouldn't ask that question if you have gone to Sakai, and that is what I want to share now. What you currently see is for DU students. I'll come to you shortly. But you shouldn't ask that question if you are reading announcements on Sakai. Sakai is your official site, and so this recordings link you will see is shared on Sakai for you to know, and you see that it will come from myself or the colleagues. At this stage, there will be less of our colleagues in this. It will be all myself working on behalf of the team. Okay, so I'm saying if you are reading announcements as you should, then by now you'd see that I put a notice out there that when all results have been uploaded, you will receive notice to that effect. If I haven't told you that, then it means the uploads are not completed yet. Let me see if I can share the Sakai 2 briefly, and then I think that I would have dealt with a number of the concerns that I think I've seen in the few emails. There hasn't been too many emails because I suppose that the generality of the corpus of students have done their homework, but there are a few, and the more you see such things, the more they can infiltrate a platform with a supposed view that they think is the case, and corrupt everyone on the platform, make them think that they are rather right. So I like to speak to it. So here, this is what I put out there. I said this is for upload of final moderated results onto the MI. That's what October 12th. Today is 18th October. Okay. I told the main campus plan. How do you know it's main campus? Look up here. This UGRC151. So this is notice to main campus. City campus people, some few will come into my office. Thankfully, I'll be there. But now you will see me there. We are not allowing ourselves to keep working. We are on an industrial action. I'm sure you know. So you wouldn't even find me there to help you clear your confusion. If you came all the way and said, I'm a city campus student, as for me, they have not shown me my results. I don't know what is happening, blah, blah, blah. Nobody has released results for city campus. If I did, I'll send a notice here. Why hasn't it been released? It is completed. All our grading for the short answers were completed weeks ago. But as soon as you release results, we will have queries. For the numbers we have, you have query concerns. Someone will say, Doc, please, I don't think I did this. Please check for me. It helps for management of your own concerns if we release it systematically. So when the queries are coming, you know this is a city campus query. It's about mop-ups, it's about assignment, it's about this. Then we give you a requisite response, or we serve you well. Not that it's all mixed up. College of Health Science, distance is action. This is so one email, you don't know where to place it. It takes 3 days for the person to come and read which campus. Then the person will come, and then the next 3 days, which group. It doesn't help. So that is the only reason I could show you by a click what you got in the exam. But that doesn't help us. Okay. So if you got that, then now we see what the announcement said. The announcement said, yeah, the announcement said, this is a notice to main campus students that the upload of final moderated results onto the MIS has started. It didn't say has been completed. It's in red, has started. This is a process. So when all uploads for main campus are completed, there will be a notice of completion here on the course side to inform the class. That should be in days. Congratulations to many of you. So that should have happened in days, but now we are striking. So we have paused. Oh dear. We have paused that. Now, I think that should clarify. What was the other email I saw that I thought? Okay, so I've dealt with SSO. Yeah. So if you read the announcement, then you see it. I've dealt also with someone who is saying, please, I got say C, but I want you to turn it to F for me so that I can get the opportunity to do the course again. You don't decide that. If you pass a course, you don't reset a course that you have passed. From there, you don't pass it. You don't decide to do the course that you have passed again. It's not that. If you want to get a better pass, then do it when you are given the opportunity to do it. The next one shouldn't say, look, but please, I got 43. But when I went, I'm expecting that the 43 will be an F, but I got a D. Well, because you are not assessing yourself. A D is 50 plus. The assessment teams may think of your 43 as after moderation. Moderation means you look at all the factors that went into it. This student should have gotten this. So if we finish doing our assessment and then we say, okay, then everyone gets a +4, everyone gets a +5, or so and so, or assignment, so and so assignment, we overlook it, or so and so one we do because of the conditions that surrounded it. And so we have calculated total 50. You take it home. So if you want to do well, do well in your own way, then you take the opportunity that comes. Now take note that this course is scored. So if you get an F at first attempt, it will be on your transcript. The second attempt, if you get another F, it will be there. The third attempt, you get an A, it will be FFA. And that means the result will no longer count as A, but it will count as A that has an F in it and another F in it. That is why you shouldn't be keen on, give me an F, I'll go and take it again. Who told you that when you take it again, and you get a C plus, it will count as C. The first F will be there. I think that's why I give the assurance to those who, for legitimate reasons, didn't take the exam or couldn't take it. I give the assurance that in consultation with colleagues, we have made a case that we will exempt you from having a grade. We won't put a grade. Because if we put a grade, it will be an F. If you didn't do the exam already, a 50 mark is gone. So whatever mark you earned over the second 50, suppose you go 49 over 50 in the second half of the course, it will still be a receipt. 49 is E. E is a receipt for UGRC. See that? So if you miss the exam, we don't say then whatever you earned, we should write it down for you. It means we are just setting you up to get an F. Now, that shouldn't make people feel that when they realize that they are not well prepared for an exam, they won't go and write it. Because the university's policy is whatever mark you earned at the end of the session, we put it there for you. So we should have put your interim assessment there for you. But again, as a coordinator with a team of colleagues, we look at all the aspects of this course. This is a university-wide, it's not a departmental course where you can have, control over all the streams that could come with the course. These are several numbers. Would have a day that someone session was a holiday, another day that someone, so many things could. Whereas their colleagues had their classes, that group may have missed it or may have had a difficult, so many factors. So you consider all of that and then you make a decision that is informed on certain factors. And this semester, because of even the change of timetable last minute, of course, the difference is about 20 or so students between the IE and the final exam. So it's not a huge matter. But because of that, we said, look, if the person missed an exam, this semester's exam, we will not put a grade there at all. Okay, could be held whatever. And I think I've communicated on that extensive. Let me add the last thing for the DE folks who are not giving me peace of mind. I'm burying my father. I have to send you an invitation. I lost my dad. Okay, that's just by the way, but I'm communicating that. So there plenty emails. You will see that if you want to, someone will call you 8 p.m. Now it's not just because I'm a family person or I've given you an email, put your communication there, but it's also because I have to attend to, eschatological matters, someone will say, which is pressing. Therefore, don't call me on matters that are communicated The worst scenario would be to send an email to seek clarification. Okay, because at this around 11 something, I just got a supposed flash call, or I don't know what the person intended to do at this time, asking, please, when is the date for the supplementary research? Lecturers don't set date for exam. I'm referring to my DE students now. You're also on the channels when I share you. Lecturers don't determine what exam. Where is it? Let me show you schedule. The university's academic office tells us that tomorrow, says so and so and so at so and so time, you will write an exam at so and so place. The lecturer can determine the mode that he or she wants to examine the students in or by. So I could say I want to do on-site using answer booklet, or I want to do on-site using Sakai. That is the prerogative of the lecturer, because he or she is looking for something from the student. So she's the one examining or assessing the student. Okay. But the lecturer doesn't tell what time, what day, where. Those are exams units. These students who are due to write exam now. So those who are asking, Doc, so when are we writing the exam? When you write, I say, have you read the email I put there, the announcement I put there? Address it to your unit. There's an exam officer there at distance education who is doing his job brilliantly. If you see that you have a clash of this course or the two courses, it doesn't come to the lecturer. Nowhere does that come. The lecturer can't do anything about it. The best would be to point it out to the authorities on your behalf. But then you do it yourself and it goes directly to the authority in question. I communicated on that, and students still want me to come and tell them when they did. And some will say, so please, will it be online or so I've sent a message or you are writing distance education 2022 second semester. This is October 18th. So that just in case someone places it later, you don't confuse it with another session. Okay. This session, distance education, you will write on site. You will go to the allocated center. Let me show you your timetable that I had to now go looking for timetable when I'm not going to write an exam. I'm not writing an exam. So why should I be looking? You are going to write an exam. It's a post chap, my dear friends. You should be looking for it. So this is it. You will see it says sit-in answer booklet. You go to the center that your university gave you, your center gave you. Okay. When you go and sit down. The time they've given you, from what I received, I think this is the provisional one, is this. Look at it, 7:30 a.m. Sunday, October 30, 2022. Then you write your UGRC150 critical thinking and practical reasoning at your various centers in person. Go and collect the answer booklet, sit down, write your answer in it, and then return it. This goes for both those who are doing it as supplementary and those who are doing it as regular. I'm talking to my DE students now who are now writing exam. The supplementary student will go and sit at the same time and place as the regular student. Now your exam questions that will come are two sets. That is the communication I've had with Dr. Pia, your exam officer. Because of the clashes, it was shifted. The regular students' final exam date was shifted to the supplementary period between, I think, 28 and 30. But then the specific day of that period is what, 30th October, as I show you now. This is what I received a moment ago via email. Okay, so everybody doing critical thinking, whether supplementary researcher for DE, distance education, or regular student, as in second semester student, you will all write on so and so day, this one, at your centers. At what time? 7:30 a.m. If you go there later, you can't blame the lecturer that we kept asking you for the venue. I didn't know it because I don't create it. I also asked that, look, the people keep asking me. I reference you, but I think that they are not getting, you have advertised that. So it is your duty as a student who wants to get a degree to look out for where and when they want you to go and sit for you to pass exams and get grades, which will be calculated and cumulatively form a degree for you. You see that? So it's 7:30 a.m. and it's a Sunday. And the paper, I can tell you now, is 1.5 hours. You will do short answers and a few multiple choice to earn the 50 marks. That is for the regular students who have done half of the semester online already. The second half, which is the exam, is what you use answer booklet to do. The supplementary research students, your question will be over 100. You will do question 1, 2, so and so, short answers, but a few multiple choice like that, but it will be worth 100%. So if you are a supplementary research student, distance education, you go and take the regular students' question paper to do the exam. You know what that means? You will be working for 50%. Because the regular students have gone through their stress of gathering marks, assignments, forum, essays here and there, which they've accumulated marks for. So there will be 2 sets on the same day at the same venue. And I suppose that should bring some finality to all the trouble of emails here and there. City Campus people maybe asking, so Doc, when do you plan to release our final result? Now that we are in an industrial action, I'm unable to say confidently. But if things went as it was, then by Monday yesterday, we should have been done with main campus entries, uploads of what the moderated results. Then we would have released the city campus immediately, the raw exam mark, so that you yourself can compute what you got over 50 for the exam, what you got over 30 for the IA, what you got with the 20%. Some of you will see that it looks like some aspects of the assessment were even given. But that is not for me to see. When the results come, you will see it yourself. But compute your raw mark yourself. And then when we moderate to and you see the uploaded results, I'm sure you'll feel thankful for the effort we have put into making you not only enjoy the course, but get good grades that you earned at what? At a price. I suppose I've touched on everything. If you still have queries or concerns, you let me know. But please let's do it by email. I'm still crying a little, so I cry a little and then I work a little and eat a little. I wish you well. The barrier for the old boy will be up on the I said old boy, my father, that's how I call him. My beloved father will be on the faith. So after then, I hope that the industrial action ends before then so that I can be working alongside and releasing your results. But if not, then after then we can confidently say that we shouldn't have any outstanding results for you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week ahead and all the best.